Good morning, namaste. How is everybody today? Thank you for joining me for another gentle yoga session. Yoga with Lisa, SXM, coming to you live Tuesdays and Thursdays, 10 a.m. St. Martin time. But if you can't make it then, it's always on my page, Facebook page, and there's also a YouTube page that's sort of slowly coming into fruition that's also going to show you some shorter videos that can help you relax and feel more comfortable, less pain, more range of motion, more flexibility, but also focusing on peace and love and contentment and believing that people who hold peace as the most important value, or in the top 3 or 4 or 5 things that they honor and believe in, these are the people who can shine light into the eyes of others and help them feel better, help them also believe that peace can make a difference in our world. Peace and love. John Lennon was right when he told us peace and love. Give peace a chance. Thank you for joining me. Let's do some yoga together. We're going to start in our comfortable, easy position, which means you can have your legs crossed underneath you, or if that doesn't work for you, you can have them stretched out, or in any arrangement that helps you to feel balanced and at ease. But do, if you can, try to elevate through the spine, lift, create a long, tall body. The arms and shoulders can relax. So now that you feel like you're balanced and at ease, with a straight back, arms relaxed, close the eyes and just focus on your breath for a moment. Let it be natural, don't force anything, just observe. Feel the breath come in through the nose, down into the body, expanding the chest or the belly, wherever it sits as it settles in. And then observe it gently easing out of the body through the nose or the mouth, whatever works for you on your exhalation. I hope during this hour and continuing on throughout the day, throughout the week, that you will feel like you should honor your body. Don't judge it, don't critique it, don't compare it to anybody else. Your body is your gift for your life, given to you by God, by the universe, by the Great Spirit, by the magic of life itself. You cannot speak badly of this gift. It is yours. It is who you are in this lifetime. Honor your body, and if it asks for something, you can gently give. Say yes. If I say to do something and it doesn't feel right for your body, maybe you should just wait that one out or modify it to make it meaningful and helpful to you. Keep everything gentle, never force anything, and we begin by dropping our chin down to our chest, keeping the back straight. Let's just gently move the chin left and right along your collarbone from armpit to armpit. Again, no forcing. And look, whatever speed you're going right now, try and slow it down by half. Really be in the moment of every part of this stretch. And listen to the back of your neck, because that's where a lot of tension gets stored. If one particular spot is sensitive or tense or painful or just doesn't feel right, maybe you should give that spot a little extra attention. Stop right there. Breathe into that spot. I've had a lot of questions about, what do you mean when you say breathe into the back of your neck, or breathe into your shoulder blade or your hip? Because really, what are we talking about? We're breathing in air to our lungs, aren't we? We're not able to breathe air into our hip. But if you really believe and visualize and imagine that the healing energy that comes with that breath travels to that spot, the healing energy can still get there even though the air itself is not getting there. Also think about this. When you have a lot of tension in your body, and aches and pains cause tension, we protect that ache, we protect that pain. We have a lot of stress around trying to protect that area that has aches and pains. But through yoga and through breath and meditation, we can travel into that area and ease it, consciously asking the muscles, tiny, tiny micro muscles around that painful area to release and to relax and to send the healing energy of our breath into that spot. And you may discover through meditation, through yoga, through stretch and breathe, through inner awareness, you may discover that there's a lot of emotions tied up. It's not just a physical ache or pain. You may find that that particular place is asking for love, asking for help, asking for you to pay attention to it, not ignore it like we so often do in this Western society that we live in, where we just keep going, boom, 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 work, 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 produce, 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 and we forget that aches and pains in our body are not just our enemy. They are messages from the weaker parts of ourselves that need love. Somebody got hurt somewhere in the body, somewhere in the mind, somewhere in the emotions, somewhere in the heart. There was a pain, there was an ache, there was a hurt. And that place in your body is holding that hurt. You need to honor and forgive and release. And when you do that, not only do you feel better, but you're actually cleansing the body of toxins, because when you hold tension, even if it's meant to protect something, that tension cannot release the waste products of the metabolism of your breath and the oxygen that travels through your blood to all the parts of your body. Every single cell needs to be nourished, but it also needs to be cleansed out. And it can't cleanse out if you're holding tension. So having said that, we're moving our chin left and right. Let's go all the way to the right shoulder and lift the face up. Begin to make a small circle in the air with your nose over your right shoulder. No forcing anything. Breathe as you move your nose up and back. We're doing, if you're in your right shoulder, we're doing a clockwise circle. Always, whether left or right, always go over the top to the back so you don't get a little catch in the vertebrae of your neck. Breathe in, lift up and back. Breathe out, down and forward. Keep it going and don't force anything that feels painful. Just find your full range of motion. And work with that range of motion, filling your heart with gratitude for your body, gratitude for your breath, gratitude for the ability to move. Some people would give anything to be able to move it just this much. You know that's true. There, but for the grace of God go I, always working with humility and gratitude. Thank you so much for that. I feel your energy coming to me through the internet. I'm grateful for it. And let's drop that chin down towards that right armpit and hold right there. Breathe, release. You may need to release your belly, because then your neck can fully let go. If you're holding your belly in and your neck has a little tension naturally in there, in the very deepest part of the core of your spine, in your neck and upper shoulders, upper spine, upper back. Slowly, with your next exhalation, drop the head forward and just let it hang forward while you keep your shoulders over your hips. Keep your back straight. Relax your shoulders and arms. Relax your belly, let your head fall forward. Let's go left and right a few times again. Slow it down. Feel every part of the stretch. Honor every strand of muscle, every nerve ending, every tendon, ligament. Let's go towards the left armpit and lift up the face to a level position over your left shoulder. And begin to make a circle in the air with your nose over the top to the back. Left shoulder means counterclockwise. Breathe in as your nose moves up and back. Breathe out as your nose drops down and moves forward. Keep it going. Breathe deep. Be gentle. Be aware. grateful. No forcing. Come back to the center of your circle and then just easy drop your chin down. Gaze at your armpit or your elbow or your hip. And slowly slide the chin back to the middle of your chest. Just let your head hang. Let's slump the shoulders forward. Allow everything to be soft, balanced. The head is very heavy. Let it go. Shift your weight to your left hip and let your head hang a little bit over your left hip side. Shift your weight back to the middle and over to your right hip. Shift all your weight to your right hip. The head sinks down towards your right armpit. We're just going to go back and forth, allowing the spine to move from the tailbone to the neck. A gentle shifting of weight, letting the spine respond without forcing anything. You may choose to move your hands off of your legs, off to the side, so they're not slipping off your legs as you move left and right. All right, back to the middle and straighten your back up, one vertebrae at a time. Align yourself up. Let's bring the hands out to the side and up. Breathe in, reach up. Reach with one hand and then the other, like you're climbing a ladder or picking fruit out of a tree. Reach with one hand and then the other. Bring that opposite elbow down and up. Elbow down, reach up with the fingertips. Elbow down, reach up with the fingertips. Stretch. Keep breathing. Imagine your armpit as you stretch up. Allow it to breathe and to have circulation move freely through all those glands in your armpit and shoulder area. Reach up, breathe in, reach up and down, reach up, elbow down, reach up. And two more. Big breath in and out, big breath in and out. Last time, up, big breath, up, big breath. Bring it up, arms out, reach it up, stretch up, breathe in, fingertips touch together over your head, and slowly bring it down to a beautiful sacred pose. The prayer hands at your heart, your head slightly bowed. Take a moment for gratitude and joy. Breathe in positivity, breathe it in with your air. Incorporate it into the body. And exhale wastes, toxins, tension, anger, negativity, anything that's bringing you down, let it go, breathe it out. All right, bring those legs up and out, stretch the legs out in front of you, and just take your hands from hips to ankles. Slide your hands along the tops of your legs from hips to ankles or toes. Maybe you're going a little deeper, you're reaching for your toes. We're going to slow it down and connect the breath to the movement. Exhale, move forward, reach forward, look down at your knees. Inhale, come up, hands to the hips, elbows back, lift up, look at the ceiling, breathe in. And exhale, we reach for the ankles or the toes. Bend over, look down at your knees. Exhale. Keep that going as I adjust my camera. Keep it going, breathing in, slowly looking up at the ceiling. Elbows back. Bending forward. Look down at your knees. Hold onto the ankles a little bit as you breathe out. This time we're going to grab a hold of the shins or the ankles or the heels and just pull gently with your arms against the length of the leg bones, and that allow that tension that you're bringing into the lower back to flatten the lower back And allow the hips to sort of flare out back there as you pull against the length of your legs. Keep your shoulders out of your ears if you can. Lengthen through the neck and through the top of the head. Reach the top of the head towards the wall beyond your toes. Look down at your legs. Keep breathing. Keep breathing, breathing, breathing. All right. Push against the legs. Walk your hands back up towards your hips. Bring the body up. Let's bend the right knee. Bend the right knee and bring it into a bent position with the foot on the floor. Move that foot out. Move it out. Move it out. Move it farther out. And see if you can bring your elbow and shoulder inside the knee. We're going to reach beyond this straight leg. Flex that ankle. Reach beyond your toes. Reach for something that's just sitting on the floor beyond your toes. I like to imagine a basket of fruit with a banana right on the top, and you're reaching for the banana. Reach and actively stretch your hands forward as far as you can. If you want, you can look down at your leg so your neck is straight. But continue to reach with your fingertips. And now you have a choice. You can bring your hands to the floor and push yourself up, or see if you have the strength in your torso to lift up. That's optional. All right, bring that leg down. Let's do another forward fold, gentle fold here. And then slowly come back up. Time for the left leg to bend. We're going to bring it up, bring the foot flat on the ground, and then toe, heel, walk it out, toe, heel, walk it out, toe, heel. As far as it feels good, bring your shoulder and elbow inside that knee. We're going to reach beyond the straight legs, toes, flex that ankle, and reach out. Adjust the location of your foot if you need a little support as you reach forward. We're really, really, really reaching. Reach out. Look down at your legs so your neck is straight. Reach. Keep breathing and reaching. Hands to the floor, push yourself up, or come up through the strength of your torso. Beautiful. Let's bring the knees in again. Let's work a little bit with the hands and the wrists. Take your flat hands, place them together right in front of your crossed legs. Fingertips touching, palms touching, wrists touching, thumbs touching. Up, but keep the fingers pointing down. Lift up. Keep those fingers pointing down. Bring it up to what we call an inverted prayer hand position. Hold and breathe. Let your breath come deep into your belly. Keep those fingers pointing straight down. Fingertips touching. The base of the palm by the wrist is touching and pushing gently. Nice. Slowly bring the hands up to a normal prayer pose, and let's make an infinity symbol with our hands still in prayer pose. Move them through the figure 8 on its side, and really turn the wrist as you come through the crisscross in the middle of the lazy 8. Turn that wrist. Turn it. And now we go backwards. Reverse your infinity. Go opposite your way. You always do it without thinking. Bringing intention and awareness. Connecting new parts of synapses in the brain. All right. Wiggle those fingers right in front of your face. Wiggle them with really straight fingers. Up, breathe in. Wiggle all your fingers and thumbs. Wiggle them as much as you can. Straight fingers. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Reach up, stretch up. Bring those shoulders up by your ears. Reach up, breathe in. Out to the side. Still wiggling our fingers out to the side and forward. Bring them forward. We do the rake hands. Hands are straight up, fingers spread wide. Wrists are really extremely bent here. And then drop them straight down. Up, breathe in, push down, or look, aim your fingers down, and exhale. Up, in, exhale down. Up, in, exhale down, up, in, and let's do a pretend push-up. Bring it back, elbows way back. Lift your face, squeeze your shoulder blades. Bring the hands way back by your shoulders. Fingers still spread wide. Inhale big. Push away, exhale. Drop your head, push the hands forward. 3 more times, elbows way back, squeeze your shoulder blades, lift your face, let your heart shine forward, hands by your shoulders, breathe in. Push it forward, round the back, drop the head. Just the right hand this time. Right hand back, left hand forward. Shift the torso so there's a bit of a twist in the torso. And switch, look left. Switch, look right. Switch, look left. Switch, look right. Keep breathing. Both hands reach forward and straight up, out. Give yourself a hug. Lift those elbows straight up in front of your face, open like a flower blooming, up, up, up. Arms out, hug with your hands wrapped the other way this time. Hug, hug, hug. And reach those elbows up above your face and up, open like a flower, bloom. Thank you. Let's go ahead and recline on our yoga mat. It's time for the hamstring stretches. We'll start with our knees bent and our arms straight out from our shoulders like a capital letter T. Knees are bent and the heels are a little bit close to the hips. Doesn't matter how close or how far, whatever feels good to you. Stay right here for a moment as you just settle into the floor and relax. Hopefully you can feel the weight of your shoulders and your hips and your tailbone, back of your head, the back of your hand, and of course your feet, all heavy on the floor. Let them be even heavier as you breathe deeply in. Exhale, think heavy down, let go, release. Let your breath be light and easy. Nice. Let's drop both knees to the left. Let your hips relax. If this doesn't feel good, maybe adjust the location of your feet. You can scoot them farther away from your hips if it helps. Try to release through the tailbone, through the hips, through the legs, through the waist. Revisit your breath, and as you exhale, think heavy, 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 heavy down. Release, relax. Don't hold. Pick those knees up and let's drop them both to the right. And again, release, relax. As you exhale, think the word and think the meaning of the word. Heavy, down, sink down, release through the tailbone. Release through the belly area. Release through the shoulders and arms and neck and head. Let your breathing be light. Honor your body. Listen to what it tells you. Have a conversation with the body. All right, knees up, back to the left. And you have the option here, you can go back and forth, flip-flopping those legs like windshield wipers. Or you can settle into one side and hang out here for a moment if you feel like that is what your body needs. Stay deep in this deep relaxation pose. Continuing to think. Heavy, heavy, heavy. Down, down, down. Let go. Release. Don't hold. No need to protect yourself right now. Trust enough to let go. When you're ready, you can bring your knees back up and just bring those knees all the way up to your chest. Hands can come to place right on the knees, and we're just going to squeeze and release a few times. We're taking it easy today. I don't know if you figured that out already. We're halfway through our hour. We're going a little slower than usual. And there's reasons for that, but really it's all about honoring the body and what the body is asking for, needing, requesting, listening. Take it easy. Some days you just want to take it easy. Other days you really want to put the music on and dance. Some days you really need to stand strong and tall. Feel your power, your confidence. Beautiful. All right, let's let those knees come back to a natural place in front of your chest. Hands on the knees, let them go wide apart as far as feels good. Let it just relax there for a moment, opening up the pelvis, opening up the inner thighs. Release, relax, and keep breathing. If this causes you any discomfort or pain, you can shift to supporting your knees with your hands. Instead of allowing the hands to open, you can support the knees with the hands. Protect them from stretching too far. Nice. Bring it together. Open up the legs to the ceiling. Reach those heels straight up. Flex your toes back. Reach your fingers straight up for the ceiling. And then take the wrists back. Point the toes into a ballerina type foot and bring your hands all the way over. Flex and point. Flex and point. Flex. Point 3 more times. No talking, just breathe. Let's flex. Keep them flexed. Hands and feet, everything flexed. Like you're really strongly pushing something up to the ceiling. We're going to bend the knees and elbows, bring it down, and push it up. Keep the ankles flexed, keep the wrists flexed. Imagine you've got 4 cocktail trays on your hands full of drinks like pina coladas, martinis, and mai tais, and margaritas. Don't spill your drinks. Keep 1 tray on each hand and each foot. We're picking them up to the ceiling. We're dropping them down to the floor. Bend the elbows and knees. We're going to do this 10 more times. Stay with me. Keep breathing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, keep breathing, keep moving, 5, halfway through, 4, 3, 2, last time, 1, bring the legs down, stretch the arms and legs out, cover as much space on your yoga mat as you can. Stretch out like a starfish on the beach and let everything relax in the body and the mind. Let your breath come into the belly and the chest. Even the throat and the head can receive air. Release and relax. Two more long, slow, deep, full, restorative breaths in through the nose down through loose lips like a balloon deflating. This time in through the nose. Fill up the body with air and let it come out with a sigh. Ah. Nice. Bring the hands overhead. Bring the feet together. Stretch the body long. Expand your rib cage big. Big breath in, stretch, and sigh it out. Like a yawn, let it go. Bring the hands down. Tuck that tailbone under, stretch the legs. We're going to bring up the left leg now, very slow. Very slow, like the second hand on a clock, no faster. Coming up, you can bend your knee whenever you need, or if you need throughout. If the leg can stay straight, that's awesome. If the leg is bent, no problem, that's fine. No forcing anything today. All right, reach those hands up towards the knee or the calf. Grab a hold wherever your hands reach. And find your range of motion. Stretch the leg towards the face or shoulder and back to vertical. Find your range of motion. Stretch and breathe. Be gentle. Notice that there's an edge to your natural range. When you get to that red edge, just acknowledge it with a little bit of a moment of awareness. There it is. Back away. Work with your breath. Work with your range. Find that edge. Work with your edge. And we're going to hold the leg into a static stretch right at your edge. Or close to it if that's not good for you. Hold for 10 long, slow, deep, full breaths. Static stretch is designed by the body to allow you to find that extra little bit of flexibility. There's a natural reflex when you stretch a muscle and hold it static at its edge for 30 seconds or so. That natural reflex gives you just a little more release after 30 seconds or 40 seconds. So keep stretching it in a static, relaxing way and breathe deep. You may even feel that reflex kick in and you know, hey, I can go deeper now. See if you can go just a little deeper, maybe half a centimeter. One breadth of a hair from your head. A single hair makes a difference because the muscles are releasing and learning how to be more flexible. All right, beautiful. Release that leg and let's drop the hands to the side. Let the leg slowly drop down. Like the second hand on a clock, we drop it down. And then when that's down and your heel is down, bring the other leg up, slowly lifting it up. Slow and sure, steady, graceful even. Bring that leg straight up. Knee is straight or bent, whatever works for you. Reach with your hands and grab a hold somewhere around your knee, or your calf, or your thigh, wherever your hands reach. And bring the leg closer to your face. Find your range of motion. Back away from your edge. Find your range. It takes a couple of times before you really discover how far the leg can travel, wants to travel. Even if it's just a little bit, it's good for you. Do it and keep breathing and never force. Always grateful, always easygoing. This is good for you. You're releasing your tension, you're releasing your toxins, and you're filling your heart with positivity and love believing that peace can be possible in this world. A smile from your eyes to a stranger can make a difference in that person's day. It can change them from thinking negative things to believing that maybe life is not so bad after all. Maybe they, in turn, pass that smile on to another. It goes on and on. We have to believe that peace is possible in this world. Thank you. Say thank you, people. Be grateful. Honor people. They're all doing the best they can, aren't they? All right, we're ready to hold right at our edge. Hold and breathe deep. Don't force anything, just relax and breathe. Static stretch. 10 slow breaths. You don't have to count your breaths, I'll count for you. Just let your mind drift. Be in the moment. Perhaps with every exhalation, you just come a little deeper into your stretch, not forcing anything, but just allowing the leg to release. Find yourself a little deeper in the stretch now. This is where you really make progress with your flexibility. Release the back of the thigh into the hip, and then let it go. Slowly put your hands on the ground next to your hips and slowly drop that leg down, down, slowly down. Once your leg reaches the floor, you can release and relax. Arms can go overhead again. Let's stretch the body long. Big breath in, expand your ribs. Good job. All right, place those heels close to the hips, and the hands are going to come down alongside the body. Fingers point towards the heels. Find a good place for your feet so you can lift your hips up into a bridge. I would suggest you attempt to bring your shoulders together under your upper back. And that gives you a much stronger foundation. You can clasp your hands together under your tailbone. That strength of the arms on the floor and the hands clasp allows the tailbone to push up even higher. Push your toes and your heels onto the floor and lift your hips up. Big breath here. Big breath here. Squeeze your buttocks, lift up 1/2 inch higher. And release the hands. Allow your shoulders to come flat on the ground. Roll the back down onto the floor. Shoulders, upper back, mid-back, lower back, tailbone. Knees come to the chest again. Hands to the knees. Squeeze and release. You should feel really good in the lower back as you squeeze and release. As we reverse the curl on the tailbone. Curl that tailbone up. Reverse the bridge position where we pushed an arch into the lower back. Now we curl the tailbone up. And let's open the knees again as far as is comfortable for a relaxation, stretch of the inner thighs. Let them really come so you feel that stretch in the inner thigh towards the groin, but don't overstretch. All right, bring the knees together. Let's crisscross or cross your knees over. Right knee over the left, and both knees are going to come to the left. Now, once your knees are on the ground, you can adjust the legs to any version of this reclined spinal twist that feels good. You may choose to look towards the right as your knees go left. But that is optional because the neck may be a little like to be forced towards the right. If that's the case, just look straight up. And if you still want more relaxation, you can turn your head to the left, and that'll leave it a little more ease come into the spine. Find where you want your head and try to relax. Bring your right hand down towards your hip. Bring your left toes back a little farther and your left arm up above your head. A little bit of an arc to the body. Release, relax, sink down. Nice. All right. Let's roll onto our back. Stretch a long body. Stretch again, just like you just woke up from a great night's sleep and a big yawn. Thank you for that. We're going to bring the knees up again, and we're going to bring the hands to the knees, and we're going to open up the knees. Let the inner thigh relax. And bring the knees together. Cross the left knee over the right. This time both knees go to the right. Arms are out to the side. Relax in a spinal twist. Bring that left shoulder as if it wants to go back onto the floor, although it may be a little bit up. If your knees are down, your shoulder may be a little bit up, but it's reaching back. Find your most comfortable version of this reclined spinal twist. Find the position that your head is most comfortable in. We relax now and we breathe. You want to try that arced version, you can bring your left hand down closer to your hip. Your right foot, the lower foot, work it back a little bit more. As if your toes and your fingers are reaching for each other. Maybe they even touch. Your right hand goes up above your head. And we put a little bit of a sway in the back. Arch gracefully back. Release any holding in the hips, back, shoulders, arms, legs, and any holding in your mind. Let everything be easy. Release, relax. And then when you're ready, roll back. One more time, we bring the knees up to the chest, squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and hold. Straighten up the legs straight up out of your hip sockets. Circle those ankles. Circle the other way. Wiggle your toes. Bend the knees, grab the knees round the back. Pick your head off the mat and rock from tailbone to shoulders. Come back up, rock as many times as you want, and then come back up to seated. We're going to do a straddle. Open up those legs as far apart as you feel comfortable with. Probably you're getting the idea that I have, which is always modify what I say to make it valuable and helpful and comforting to you. So we're sitting in a straddle. Now you may choose to pull the flesh away from your sitting bones so that you feel that connection of the body's weight through those hip bones into the floor. And flex your ankles, sit really tall, and let the backs of your knees connect down into the floor. Your legs don't have to be very far apart. Find your perfect straddle, whatever it may be. So bring your hands to the floor in front of your hips, somewhere on the floor, and spread your fingers wide. We're just going to bend the right elbow and look over the left shoulder. Push back. Bend the left elbow, keep the right one straight, look over your right shoulder. Back and forth, we're going to do this a few more times. Take your time and really explore the feeling. It's a gentle side twist as you look back. Dip one shoulder down and then the other shoulder down. Okay, push back, but keep the hands right where they were. Bend both elbows down. Bring your nose a little closer to the floor and push back. Find your range of motion. Breathe as you move. Every time you come down, you're exhaling, and you may find that you can come just a little deeper into this stretch if you're patient with yourself and gentle. One more time. Let's come down and hold it. Looking down at the floor between your hands, lengthen your neck, lengthen the spine. Push back, walk your hands back up, and let's sit back tall, tall. Bring the arms straight out over your legs and up. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale, arms come down. Touch those knees. Put your hands right on top of your knees. And open the legs outward. Press the inside of the knees so that you open your legs outward, rotating the bones in the hip sockets. Let the knees and the toes point outward, away from each other. Think about the little toe edge of your foot coming down close to the floor and the big toe edge of your foot reaching up. All right. Now we're going to reach sideways. Bring your right hand towards your right ankle and left hand up and over. Bring the hand back. And let's slide the other way. Right hand this time goes up and over. Let's do it again. Slide the hands, reach up and over. And again we go all the way over. This time we're going to come up. We're going to bring the right elbow to the floor on the inside of the right knee. And your palm of your hand is facing up. Fingers spread wide. Bring your left arm straight up from the shoulder, straight up for the ceiling. And then we're going to look up at the ceiling. So we're bringing the chest open and pushing that shoulder back. You may find your right elbow on the floor is pushing hard against your knee. That's good. You're using leverage to open the chest and look up. Feel it in your armpit and in your side ribs. Keep looking up. Keep opening the chest to reach the arm overhead and up and down. We're just going to find a range of motion. Don't do anything that feels wrong. If this doesn't work for you, don't do it. Just hold your hand steady and straight up above your shoulder. If you find value in moving your arm through this range of motion, you're welcome to do it a few more times. For me, I have a lot of issues with this base of my left shoulder blade, so that really works that shoulder blade area. And I know a lot of people also have problems with the shoulder blades holding. It's like a secret spot that just does not want to release. A lot of tension there in the base of my left shoulder blade. And I've been meditating on it a lot, and I've made a lot of progress with it, so I'm very grateful for that. And I want to share that is possible for you too. If you have a spot that's like a chronic ache or pain, if you really work with your meditation and travel into that spot, you can find yoga poses that allow that micro muscle area around that spot to tighten and release, tighten and release, tighten and release. And that's a massage, isn't it? Massage and give love to that spot. Let's bend the other way now. We're going to bring our left elbow inside the left knee, on the floor inside the left knee. And your palm of your hand is up, facing the ceiling. The other arm reaches up overhead, straight from the shoulder, straight up to the ceiling. Fingertips are reaching up. And we look up at the ceiling and open the chest. Send that top shoulder back. Push against the knee with your elbow down there on the floor. Feel the side ribs and the armpit come alive. And you can stay right here if this is good, or if you want to put a range of motion into that shoulder, be reaching from hip or floor up to above the head. Breathe as you move, for sure. Keep breathing either way, whichever you're doing. If you're just holding the arm steady, focus on the breath. If you're moving the arm through a range of motion, breathe as you move. One more time. And let's bring the body up slowly. Push against the floor if you need to. Turn your hand around to press against the floor and bring the body up. Let's reach both hands out to the side and up. Breathe in. Prayer hands down. Keep the body elongated. Keep space between each of your vertebrae. Create a little more space. Sit as tall as you can. Sit the top of your head straight up. Take a moment to just be grateful for your yoga practice, for your ability to give yourself something on these lovely mornings when we may feel a little sluggish, a little stressed, whatever you feel. Be grateful that you had this time with your yoga to let the stress go and let the body feel a full range of flexibility and movement and energy coming back. Take some time today to eat some healthy food, some green vegetables, yes, some vibrant colored berries or peppers, something with color for those antioxidants. Fight the infections, fight the temptation to let everything just go dull and drab, and you know what I'm talking about. So we're fighting against that. We're believing in peace. We're believing in health. We're believing in the power of love. Pushing forward, expanding outward, not accepting negativity, not allowing it to take root. Instead, we have the blossoms of peace blooming in our heart. Thank you for that. I'm so pleased. Let's spend a few minutes together with the thymus thump. We had an extra gentle yoga session today, didn't we? That's okay. Hey, Kevin. Hi, Diane. Hi. So happy you're here with me. We're going to do the thymus thump now, so you can sit in any position that's comfortable for you. Do have a straight back if you can. And we're going to curve those fingers so we have almost like a claw position of the hands. If you've got long fingernails, you may want to use your knuckles. But if you've got fingertips that are nice and blunt, use that and thump. Thump your chest. Lots of breathing here. We're going to go in and out. In and out. The index finger is right underneath the collarbone. And the other fingers are spread wide, so the little finger is down by your heart. In and out. We can even crisscross the fingers. And out we go. To the shoulders and out. Breathe. It's not a tap, huh? It's a thump. You're really stimulating your glands. We're going to go now down and up. and in and out again. Now we take our fingers and turn them so they're just a little bit more along the underside of the collarbone, and we're going to go above the collarbone into the middle of the neck, down to the collarbone, above and below, above and up to the jaw, down the neck to the collarbone and below, up to the jaw and underneath the jaw, down. Keep breathing. Let's go above the jaw into the cheeks, under the eyes, tap, 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 thump, thump, thump. Keep breathing. Into the cheeks, into the jaw, and under the jaw. Down the neck, above the collarbone, and under the collarbone. Down the chest, into the sternum, and up the middle, into the chin, out to the earlobes, chin to earlobes. Let's go up to the cheeks, up to the temple, and up to the forehead. I'm right at the hairline of your top of your forehead. Keep breathing. Go down to the eyebrows and up to the hairline. Up to the very top of the head. Tip tap, tip tap, tip tap, tip tap, thump, 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 thump. Stimulate. Sit tall. Let's bring the hands out so they're right over the ears, back up to the tip, top, and down above the ears. Down to the middle of the forehead, down the nose, under the eyes, down the cheeks, under the jaw, down to the collarbone, down to the sternum, and relax. Now we're going to bring the right hand to the neck behind, squeeze and release. Right up at the base of your skull, squeeze and release. Other hand can come below at the base of the neck, squeeze and release. Let your breath guide your tension release. Allow yourself to move your squeeze and release hands to whatever place on the neck or shoulders is asking for a little bit of extra love and attention and care and comfort. Release, relax, roll the shoulders 3 times up to the front and back. Let's go the other way around the circle 3 times. Squeeze the shoulder blades in the back. And now we're going to do a self-comforting stroking of the fingertips from the inside of the elbow and the outside of the elbow. Slowly drag your fingertips along your arms, your lower arms, and change each time. Move as you breathe. Breathe as you move. Smooth and slow, deep and full. If you ever feel like you're very anxious or very sad, this is something you can do to bring comfort. You can imagine it's the same energy that a mother strokes her child with. The child is upset, and the mother wants to calm and comfort the child. It's this kind of nurturing, gentle energy. And you can use it to comfort yourself. And I bring my hands to prayer pose. Feeling very peaceful now, feeling very at balance. Stretched out a little bit, ready for a great day of energy and productivity. Mostly for peace, mostly for love. Let your ego go. Let your feeling of making yourself great, let that go. Make others great. Make the world great. Make love spread out through the world. Make peace more powerful. We can do this. I believe in you. I feel you believing in me, and I'm so grateful. Thank you, and namaste.